Let's listen to rebel propaganda from the side of the rebels.
Out someone who's
There will be times when the struggle seems impossible, dwarfed by the scale of the enemy. Freedom is a pure idea. It occurs spontaneously and without instruction. Random acts of insurrection are occurring constantly throughout the galaxy, and even the smallest act of insurrection pushes our lines forward. Remember that the frontier of the rebellion is everywhere. Tyranny requires constant effort. The Imperial need for control is so desperate because it is so unnatural. It breaks, it leaks. Authority is brittle. Oppression is the mask of fear. There will be times.
So from the rebellion perspective, we're starting to get a groundswell. Right?
Yeah.
There's people on different planets who are hearing about the rebellion, fighting against the tyranny, creating acts of rebellion, even if they're small, everywhere, overwhelming the ISB. And it's starting to take on a new form. And it's righteous. We got this purity of freedom of our cause. It's great. So this propaganda feeds right into me. Yes, we're on the rise. We're fighting the good fight. This is great.
And if you think that you want to do something that is some violence, that's noble, it's for the cause, and other people are with you. So it's not just you being upset at society. All these people around you who are unnamed and hiding, they're also with you. They're also upset at society. So do it. Do your act of righteousness.
Yep. But now, let's listen to it from the perspective of a family man on an Imperial planet.
Oh, you
What
mean the
does
same
he
message?
hear?
We're going to listen to the same message, but from someone who's doing well in the Empire.
Right, so they have a family, they have a job, and society is functioning well, like that society we saw with Luthen in the last episode. Everything's going well. Yeah, there's some problems, but what society doesn't have problems? Let's listen to it from that perspective.
There will be times when the struggle seems impossible, dwarfed by the scale of the enemy. Freedom is a pure idea. It occurs spontaneously and without instruction. Random acts of insurrection are occurring constantly.
So I'm hearing there's random acts of violence happening
Yep.
everywhere. Like, I don't want my child getting killed or my significant other getting killed on the way to the grocery store. Well, random acts of violence. What?
What do you mean
No,
random?
thank you.
You guys aren't even targeting who you're doing, who you're
Right.
hurting, who you're killing. It's just popping off anywhere.
Right? I'm not a soldier. I don't want terrorism in my backyard.
I don't want to go to the grocery store or a hospital and then stuff is just exploding.
Right?
Like, I don't even want to hear this broadcast. I don't want to hear that my neighbors are getting radicalized around me. What are you
Right,
doing
getting-
with this broadcast? Shut it down.
Right. ISB, where are you? Do your job.
Throughout the galaxy, and even the smallest act of insurrection pushes our lines forward. Remember that the frontier of the rebellion is everywhere.
Frontier Rebellion is everywhere. What is my son? What is my daughter watching online? What's going on?
When they
what's
go to the
with his-
school, are they getting radicalized by a rebel teacher?
Give rebel teachers? What is going on?
I want
Like,
them
what?
to. I want my kids to do well in society and to fit in and with everyone else who's doing fine and cooperating in our society. You got these wild cards, these people on the fringes that are instigating violence around the galaxy. Like, I don't want that.
Literally bombings and shootings and sabotage. I mean, Clea shot up a hospital. I don't want Grandpa shot up in a hospital. What is this?
What is this? I don't want.
Tyranny requires constant effort. The Imperial need for control is so desperate because it is so unnatural. It breaks, it leaks. Authority is brittle. Oppression is the mask of fear.
It's brittle.
God.
Like, I'm invested in society. My kids are going to school. I got family. I got my house. What do you mean it's brittle? I'm doing well.
And isn't that just straight propaganda? Where it's like the society, the empire is brittle, the totalitarianism. Well, if they don't maintain it at all times, it's going to be brittle and crumble apart. Well, what about the rebellion? If they don't maintain their efforts, doesn't the rebellion dissipate?
Right.
It's just
How-
a true
how is-
statement either way. So what are you doing
Yeah.
spinning it at me?
Yeah, I do. The bridge needs to be maintained. The vehicle needs to be maintained. The government needs to have re-elections and stuff. Like, are we have to do this all the time? Does that mean it's brittle because it needs maintenance? What is this? I'm scared. I'm really scared now. ISB.
Like, ISB, please come stop this stuff. Like, here's these broadcasts. I don't want to hear them in my neighborhoods where I have my friends and family here. Like, shut this down. Please do.
Yeah, please. Oh, please.
So I wonder, gosh, so from the rebel From the rebels' perspective, they see that father, factory worker, whatever this random person inside the Empire, they view him as being a part of the Empire machine.
Right.
But from that guy's perspective, he's like, I'm a part of the society that we're all in, that we're doing well in, that's prosperous, that has low crime. Like, what's the problem here?
What's the problem? What do you want me to do? Upend society? Like, I'm one person.
Right.
Like, I got to try to be successful in the society that exists. I can't wish some society that doesn't exist to be here. Like, it's what? But am I a legitimate target? The front is everywhere.
The front is everywhere.
If I'm not a soldier, I'm still supporting the Empire. Like, my neighborhood is a legitimate target. The front is everywhere.
Right. The front should be at the front lines where the soldiers are. But the front is everywhere. That's also behind the front lines. That's where just regular people living their lives. Where you're like, well, you're a part of the Empire. You're a bad person. Blur. Boom, boom, boom. Like, what a minute. What are we doing here?
And who says that the front line is everywhere and that everybody's a legitimate target? It's terrorists.
Terrorists.
It's literally terrorists.
I'll attack a school because they're a part of the enemy future people.
It's not a school. It's an indoctrination camp.
Oh God. Okay, but I see it. I see it from the rebels' perspective. This is they feel justified in their perspective, and this is what you would do.
Yeah. And if fascism is truly on the march, at some point you got to do something.
Yep.
But when? How? It's so tricky. So tricky.